Hello everybody, it's Flesson19 and welcome to my updated guide on how to stabilize a town. Not just loyalty, but also starvation and security. In this guide, I'm going to break it down into 3 sections: starvation, security, and loyalty. Since for the most part, they all affect each other and you can no longer just worry about one. You need to deal with all 3. When you first get a town, it can look like this. So the very first thing that we want to try to worry about is a governor. Now you want to try to have somebody that has a lot of skills, but also is the same culture of the town that you have taken. If they are not of the same culture, you will get a -1 loyalty penalty. If they are of the same culture, you will get a +1 loyalty to it. So what you do is click on governor, and here are the people that can join. If you hover over them, it will show what skills they will give. So we are going to make the Wainwright as the governor. So once you have the governor established, the very next thing you need to work on is if your town is starving. You will see here that I am -18, and starvation is one of the worst things you can ever have happen to a town. So there are 2 really good ways to work on this. The way that you're going to stabilize long term is going to be through your project. You're going to have 2 things. You are going to have the orchard and the granary. The orchard will give +6 food to production per day per level. This is already sitting at level 3, so it is giving 18 food. The granary will increase +200 to the limit for each level it is. The other way to do it is by giving them food. Here is the town, and here is what they currently have. So that is all the surplus they have. And if you hover over your food, you will see that it has beer +2, meat +2, grain +11. So what you really want to do is stack it with as much food as you can to get them out of starvation. So giving food is the quickest and easiest way to get yourself out of starvation. So what I am going to do is I am going to put this town full of food. What I cannot stress enough is the importance of grain. When you talk about how much it gives for 1,000 of each, it gives approximately 38 food for grain, 12 for fish, 10 for meat, 8 for beer, 6 for butter and cheese, 5 for olives and grapes, and 4 for dates. That is per 1,000. You could see by just adding food to the town, I have gone from red and everything to adding the governor with food, and now everything is green. Except for loyalty, which is still dropping 0.99. But that is something we will easily take care of later. So we have now handled this entire situation in just 2 quick, easy steps. Security is also one of the easiest ways that you can also increase loyalty. As you build up a garrison, you're going to increase your security. Security is a direct correlation to loyalty. In here, we have 48 security. That gives us a -0.07. So if we go ahead and we go to our garrison, which has 102 troops. So if we give them 105, we are going to be increasing it 150%. So our security has now increased and now going up to 2.1. Now the loyalty will start to increase as that security increases. we're at a minus 0.49 and a minus 0.07 drift. So when we go to the next day, we're at a plus 0.63. We're now up to 50 security. And now our security is increasing 0.05. So we have gone from a negative in our loyalty to a positive because our security is now going to start increasing our loyalty. Another huge issue that comes to security is going to be its settlement, bound settlement issues slash bandit bases. You can see from this one, we have a minus 0.5 settlement issue. The way that you can tell whether or not it is your town or it is your village, if it is a settlement issue, it is your town. If it is a village, it will say bound settlement issue. The other issue is bandit base. If there is any bandit base in your vicinity, what that will do is give you a -2 security. The other way that you can deal with security is with perks. The 200 charm perk gives plus security bonus, but that is a governor perk. 125 leadership present, plus 5 security in a town per day while waiting. This is a personal perk. So it's not for a party leader. It's definitely not for a governor. Anyone can have this. And if you are sitting in town, you are going to gain 5 security. Now, if you get yourself 100 security, normally with your drift, it's going to come back down. But this is a great way when you first get a town to get it stabilized very, very quickly. The last way to gain security is by policy. Serfdom will add 1 security per day. Magistrate will add 1 as well. Bailiffs will also add 1 per day. But you need to be careful with these because they do have negative effect to them. So when you go ahead and add that, now those will increase, and we are now sitting at plus 4.22. And at the bottom, you will see security drift. When it is at 50, it is a 0. Basically, consider it a rubber band. As you move one way or the other, you have the rubber band that is going to be pulling you. So if you go too far down in the negative, that security drift is actually going to give you a positive to try to pull you back to 50. And the same way, if you go above 50, it will start giving you a negative, trying to pull you back to 50. There are quite a few things that we are going to be able to do to increase that loyalty. Currently, we are sitting at 29. However, we started working on our security, and that security is now going to increase it. From here, you could see we are at 0.08 because of our security. Every day our security goes up, that number is going to increase. I believe it caps at 1 for 100 security. The other is, of course, culture. As I explained before, if you are not of the same culture, I am Botanian, this is Philandian, I get a -3. If this was a Botanian town, I would not get that -3. Your governor, if they are of a different culture, they will get a -1. But since they are of the same culture, they get a +1. There are a few perks that you can get. At 200, a governor perk, which I've explained before in the security section, which you could take this one. You can also take this one instead, which will give +10 loyalty as the governor. At 225, you get good old parade. When you are visiting a settlement, they get +5 loyalty once a day. 75 leadership, heroic leader. This is a governor perk. So it's a little difficult for new people to get, but existing companions, especially lords like ones you would marry, normally have 75 already. And finally, one perk you're probably never going to get is going to be the 200 medicine perk, as a governor increases loyalty of settlement by 1 per day. Policies are another way you can gain it, and there are 5 of them, but you need to be careful of the secondary effect. Imperial town. Towns held by the ruler clan gain 1 loyalty. So any towns that you have will gain 1 loyalty. But non-ruler clans will lose 0.3. So it's not a lot for them, but that's a lot for you. Citizenship, plus 0.5 loyalty per day to settlements that have the same culture as their owner clan, meaning I am Botanian. So any Botanian settlement will gain 0.5 loyalty. However, if they are non-Botanian, they will lose 5 loyalty. Forgiveness of debts, one of the best policies in the game. Settlement loyalty is increased by 2 per day. Tribunes of the people, loyalty is increased by 1 per day. Trial by jury, settlement loyalty is increased by 0.5 per day. You lose a little bit of security and clans lose 1 influence, but it's a great way to go ahead and get that loyalty. So by taking all of that and including my +5 perk, so just from policies and perks, we have gone from minus 0.99 to plus 10.59 while I wait in town. If I'm not in town, it drops 5. It's still gaining 5.59 a day. There are 2 more things that we can do. With Fairground, it will increase the town loyalty, that's what morale is, by 0.5 per level of the fairground. Right now, we have Fairgrounds level 1, so it increases it 0.5. So you can get that up to 3, which means we would now be at 11.59. Also, you can do daily defaults. These are projects that you can work on if you are not working on any normal projects. If you get a town and there is nothing you want to work on and you need that loyalty ASAP, here is what you do. You can go ahead and you hit this little button here, and that will be the only one that is worked on. Then you click it again and hit the plus sign. That now gets rid of all projects. Now it is defaulted to this. So it is now working on these. We will now switch it over to Festival and Game. You'll see that it's 10.59. When we switch it here, it's gaining 1.03. So if we back out and we go ahead and look at it again, just to double check, 1.03. Okay, what can we do? Let's add some money. I wonder what that is going to do to it. 1.9. So instantly, if your town is suffering from a loyalty problem, cancel all projects, focus on festival and games, and put a little bit of money, and you're going to gain 1.9. The other thing that I want to stress also is when it comes to project, which also comes to workshop, the loyalty directly affects production in that town, and that includes construction. So as this increases, what is going to happen is more people are going to work, and therefore this number is actually going to increase. So let's wait 1 day, increase this by 12, and see what it does to settlement loyalty increase. So we advanced 1 day. We did get a little bit from our security to increase. and we gained that 12 loyalty. So our 1.9 increase to loyalty from Festival and Games has now increased to 2.57. As this loyalty increases, so will this. I am now going to fast forward this for 5 days and let you see what this looked like. 85 security, 94 loyalty. This is now producing 3.4 loyalty per day. So the one thing to remember from all of this, though, is we have two things going for us that are going to change. One is presence. That is my presence gaining 5 being in town. The second is we're going to have our parade perk. That is going to decrease this by 5 as soon as we leave town. So let's leave town and let's look at what our fief looks like without us there. We're still gaining 3 loyalty a day. Our security is sitting at minus 5.3, which we could increase very easily if we just add more to the garrison. We're gaining prosperity, garrison, our food is great, militia is great. We have now completely stabilized our town. Now, obviously, you are never going to be able to do all of this unless you set yourself up, you're running a kingdom, you get the right situation. However, out of everything I've run through, you should be able to do a decent majority of it. And it is much easier to get loyalty than you really think. And while the loyalty section of this video is not very long, that is because getting your starvation and your security fixed first will directly impact your loyalty. So when you focus on the other two things, it makes loyalty really easy to do. So never just think of loyalty. Think of the other two, and those two will snowball your loyalty to get it quicker. So I hope this guide helped you out. If there's anything I missed or anything that was incorrect, please leave a message in the comments so that way I know about it and I can let others know about it as well. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.